Hello and welcome back to WebcastNews. Let's get started. And the first news of today is the big news from the past couple of days, which is another police shooting in the US. Now this happened in an area of Los Angeles called Skid Row, where homeless people set up tents so that they can actually live somewhere. Now there is video for this, and it is in the article that I've linked down below. I won't actually put any of the video on this because it is pretty horrible. So if you do want to see any of that video, you can check out the description down below and get a bit of a better idea of this. But if you're sticking around, the basics of what happened are that the police are called to what is an apparent robbery in the area. And now it is unclear what actually happens, but the video starts with a black male who is homeless swinging punches at the police officers. Now the man, who is currently unnamed and was only known as Africa to the homeless people, actually spent 10 years in a mental health institution, so that would probably explain his actions. The 4 police officers that are actually there at the time then pin the man down, and 2 other police officers come over, to which a woman then tries to pick up one of the police batons, does so, and then is tackled and arrested by the police. Now the officers that are still with the man who was swinging the punches at them then try to stun gun him and taser him because he is struggling on the floor to try and get away from them. However, this is ineffective and he continues to fight them. Then one of the officers is heard shouting, "Drop the gun," 4 times, which at the minute is apparently because the man had tried to grab one of the guns and possibly had grabbed one of the guns from one of the officers. This then led to 3 of the officers opening fire on the man, with 5 bullets being fired in all, and the homeless man being killed. Now, as well as the amateur footage, which has been online after being posted on Facebook and has gone quite viral, and a lot of people would have seen it already, LA Police Commander Andrew Smith says that one of the policemen did have a body cam on, but that obviously hasn't come out because they will be analysing this and they'll be using the amateur footage as well to find what went on during this situation. Now, of course, the main point about this, sadly, is that the man killed was black. And because of all the other police shootings of black males, this is going to blow up more than it would have possibly if it was white males. I'm not saying anything bad here, I'm just saying that I feel like this is why it's blown up so much. But at the moment, after seeing the reports and after seeing some of the video, it does look like the police may have taken the correct action here, but again, you haven't got the other side of the story from the man himself. Obviously you will never get the story from him because he later died in hospital, and the opinion of other people looking around, you don't know how much you can trust that. But then again, how much can you trust American policemen right now? It's a difficult situation. So from what I've said about this story, from what you may have read or seen, leave your comments in the comment section down below. What do you make of this whole situation? And now moving on to some strange news, where Homer Simpson from The Simpsons may have actually found the mass of the Higgs boson particle 14 years before scientists did. However, I do say that, but the calculation in the show was apparently slightly wrong. In a 1998 episode called The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, Homer Simpson becomes an inventor, and in one of the scenes is in front of a blackboard which has a very long, confusing calculation on it. Now, Dr. Simon Singh, a physicist and author who has written books and looked at how The Simpsons uses mathematics and its references to mathematics during the episodes, found that the calculation on the blackboard is actually that for the mass of the Higgs boson particle. Now, bearing in mind that was 1998, the mass of the Higgs boson particle was not found until 2012 during the Hadron Collider experiment. You remember the one that was supposed to kill us all? Yeah, that one. Now, the equation on the blackboard in the Simpsons episode isn't quite right. It puts the mass slightly too high. But the surprising thing is how close it actually gets to the correct mass 14 years before it was ever found. However, apparently, to spoil that slightly, the writers of The Simpsons are known mathematicians, so it doesn't quite make as big a thing as you'd think, because they do know a lot about maths already and do throw in other references to maths like perfect numbers and narcissistic numbers. So there you go. For those of you who didn't know, Simpsons teaches you maths. And finally, I thought I'd end with some sports news, because it was a bit of a bizarre one that happened on Saturday in the Bundesliga, which is the German Premier Division. Now, Borussia Dortmund were playing against rivals Schalke, and they eventually won 3-0, but the talking point was the first goal. Now, this was scored by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, a Gabon international, who then decided to celebrate with his teammate Marco Reus by him pulling on a Batman mask and Reus putting on a Robin mask. However, this isn't the first time that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has put a mask on for a celebration. A while ago, he put a Spider-Man mask on after scoring for Borussia Dortmund. So he seems to quite like his superheroes. And that is it for today's video. And once again, the question of the day for this is, what do you make of the whole LA police shooting situation? Leave those comments in the comment section down below. Like this video as well whilst you're down there if you have liked it. Hit the subscribe button as well. And as always, thanks for watching.